Alrighty folks, so I put the carburetor on. It starts up, it sounds a little bit better, but not much. Actually not much at all. And so it was still running pretty much almost exactly the way it was. As you can see from here, I pulled the spark plug wires off. I pulled the cap off. The cap didn't look very good. And I pulled the plugs out. And let me show you something. Well, I was going to show you the spark plugs, but I guess I got rid of them already. They look pretty foul. Some of them were sitting at 55 gap, which I know is not good. So I'm assuming, and they had the little burnt out ends on them. It was kind of rounded on one side, so it was almost like they never changed the spark plugs on them. So I'm going to put brand new spark plugs in it, a brand new cap and rotor, and we're going to see what happens, and hopefully I can get it started. So we'll see if it even stays running with that. And after seeing the spark plugs, I'm pretty much guessing that that's where the whole problem was. So let's get started. Alright, so I got a brand new cap and rotor. Just the cap. I'm going to have to put all my internals in it. I got spark plugs. These are the R45 TS. I think you can use R44. But these are the R45 TS. And I got a new rotor. And yeah, let's start putting this together and see what we come up with. Because this is pretty much the last resort. If this doesn't work, it's going to be something wrong with the engine. Alright, so I don't know about some of you guys, but this anti-seize, the copper, is what I've always used. And I always put a little bit on the spark plugs. Believe me, it makes it so much easier when you go to remove them. Alright, so let me put this side on. Alright, so I got all the plugs in. Everything's where it's supposed to be. Now what I really need to do is change the cap and the rotor, but I didn't do that yet. I put the spark plugs in, I put the spark plug wires, reconnected them, and you probably can't see it, but I got water in there, so I want to see if it's going to start up. And oh, it's whatever, man. So anyways, let me put my battery jumper on this real quick. Alright, so I put my charger on it. It's sitting at 12.5. I don't have the throttle hooked up, so I can't pump the accelerator. But there should be plenty of gas. Well, look at that, running on its own. I don't know if you can tell, because the camera has what's called a rock steady. I don't know if it's letting you see the shake on this engine. It's got a really good shake to it. I need to check and find out what the timing is and see if the timing's correct. But it's actually running on its own. So if it's running on its own, that's a really, really good thing. I feel a whole lot better about it now. So I guess the more we work on it, the more we're going to find out why this is shaking so much. It even sounds good. Looks like the alternator's not charging. It's charging now. You hear that? You see that number move? Wow. 14.1. So all I did was move the wire on the alternator. Well, that's not good. I'm guessing timing's probably out on it. The gas gauge is full, or the gas filter's full, so I know it wasn't gas. Alright, well that's a start. I'm sure the carburetor needs to be adjusted because, man, this thing is smogged out. I am fixing to die from carbon monoxide poisoning. In just that little bit of time it was running. And for everything I've heard, those carburetors are usually pretty much set almost dead on when you pull them out of the box, but I guess this one wasn't. Alright, so we got this far, folks. New spark plugs. The car actually started right up. It stayed running on its own. Didn't die until I gave it gas. So I'm assuming the next thing we're going to look at is the timing. Is the timing. That was weird. It wasn't charging. I just touched the wire and it started charging again. Tells you how long it's been sitting. Alright, folks, I think we'll get to, forgot which episode is next, but see you on the next one.